Here we are, back right from the break, ladies and gentlemen. Our second match of the day, 1-0 versus Kaho, the winner to go up against 15 Sway in the upper bracket final. And we start our best of 3 right away. In we go. First map for us will be Tide Hunters. And then now again, everything is looking nice and slick. The way we like it. Very good. Kaho in the top left, playing, of course, as Night Elf. And 1-0 we have bottom right in the blue.
A player's forces are under attack.
Starting off with the standard ghoul build. So both players electing the standard so far. The keeper, of course, also the norm. Keeper Expo with mass air is what we basically have to expect nowadays. Especially with the feats of Moon recently, who was finally able to beat Happy. The mass air has once again taken over the meta. After it was a lot of dryads for a long time. Nowadays, it is about the air units once more. If the Undead wants to be cheeky, can try to fast expand, but against the Keeper first, that is quite dangerous. So more likely would be an expansion. Whoop. Okay, just did the 21 supply trick. I was about to say, playing Proxy Ancient of War there would be a little bit crazy. Wonderful items for the Keeper. Gloves and claws, exactly what he was hoping for. DK with the ring, not so much. Oh, big deado. Oh, he's gonna get it. That wasn't huge, but it was a decent one. Double ring for Happy. Wow. The items greatly in favor of Caho. The Night Elves apparently blessed today. So far, at least. Attack begins. More ghouls are coming out. Keeper is spotted. Moving across. And the question for the Night Elf is always where and when does he expand? Because an expansion at some point will, of course, be necessary. Oh, he got it! He stole the last hit with the Keeper. 1-0 there, a little bit too freely giving that one away, I want to say. Keeper now almost level 3. He's trying to surround him. DK didn't even get the telestaff in the meantime, so the Keeper should be able to pick that one up as well. Looks like a pretty good early game for Kaho so far. Did I say Happy? Yeah, sometimes I get them confused. This is 1-0, of course. Alright, Keeper is gonna pick up one more ghoul, perhaps. That's level 3, right? Trying to save it with the coil. Not sure if this is gonna be successful. Another entangle, and I think this one's doomed. This ghoul's gonna go down. Question is only, can he get the deny? He can't! 1-0 with a couple of mistakes here in the early game.
A player's forces are under attack.
Not super clean, not super perfect. And now the expansion is almost finished. At least the Tree of Life itself. This ghoul's also gonna be dead. Well, actually, perhaps not. There's a coil ready to save the ghoul, and he will. 1-0 needs level 3 though, and needs it badly. How's he gonna get it? With ghouls you can creep pretty well. But 1-0 is creeping very conservative at the green camp. This won't even be enough for level 3. But he's expecting the Keeper to show up again, run across the map and harass. I suppose that is correct. Kaho looking for the opponent right now. With the entangle, he can get easy kills against the ghouls, and there we are. That's another one. That is a total of 3 or 4 ghouls now going down, right? I think it's the 4th one. Oh, and the deny misses again. 1-0 in serious trouble on map 1. The Night Elves have suffered at the hands of the Undeads for a long time. Perhaps finally the time has come to flip the tables. DK still trying to get that level 3. This camp is also not enough, by the way. Oh my god, if he gets the last hit. Oh, that would have been so painful. But yeah, wonderful early game. 15 Sway now has the Demon Hunter ready. Here come the double wins. It's gonna be mass air. It shouldn't surprise us. There you see, the level 3 still not acquired. Haven't seen 1-0 with such a rough early game in quite a while. I mentioned it earlier, normally 1-0 is extremely successful in the TeD Cup. In the last 7 editions, he made it to the grand final every time. Level 3. Finally! Finally achieved.
Players' forces are under attack.
Oh, Keeper still trying to be sneaky. Steal some last hits. Might be able to force the TP here. Pretty sure he is. Nova, slow, and a block. Okay. Holds on to the TP. Waiting for the statues to come out. And the expansion is going to be finished in a moment. Demon Hunter keeps creeping in the meantime. Got the Rune Bracers, which is one of the absolute best items. No. Keeper with more entangles, doing more damage. The DK is here, though. And there is a bit more healing for 1-2-0. But man, is he having issues creeping this camp. Sold the TP. Whoa! Coil Nova! Good thing that Kaho is reacting so quickly. Saves the first hero. And now the Demon Hunter getting a bit more experience. And he's about to be level 3. So important to get that level 3 nice and early on the Demon. Trying to block with illusions. Or to tank with them, rather. It's working out semi-well. Big item for 1-2-0. Seems like he needs a good one. Belt of Giant Strength is pretty bad. Not the one he was hoping for. Creeping up more. Lich now level 2. Frost Armor very important against the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter who is now level 3. He got the slippers. One of mana stealing. Certainly not the best item. But also a lot of time for Caho. He's going to pump into upkeep very shortly. He's got the Hunter Soul coming as well for more upgrades. I think this is a marvelous position for the Night Elf. The Lich. Oh my god, is he just dead? The DK was missing for a little while there. He's bringing a mana potion from the main base. And we don't have destroyers yet. The destroyer form upgrade is late. Happy fighting. I'm saying it again. Happy fighting very early, I was about to say. But there's the mana burn and the Wand of Mana Sing, and now the DK is completely out of mana. Used the mana potion already. Is this game already over? Perhaps it is. The next Fiend was taken out. And 1-0 down to 41 supply. Can't imagine he's going to win this one, is he? Demon Hunter, low HP, yes. But he's next to the shop. Can he buy something here? Heal Scroll. He can. Entangle, right clicks once more. The Fiend almost goes down. Oh, it will! 1-0 sends it back in. A little bit of micro mistakes here perhaps as well. The statue going to get pressured at the same time. And Caho has an amazing trade. Taking out so many of the undead units. And now he's going to have mass ferries in short order. Sitting at 50 supply, saving some money, getting some more items, and also time for upgrades. 1-0 will have to come up with a miracle to win this game still. I've seen crazy comebacks from him. I've seen crazy kiting games from him. But that was some time ago. Lich again, quickly low HP. The Demon Hunter is having a pretty tough time to heal up. Moon Juice there was certainly a bit of an issue. But the numbers keep growing. Wait, he doesn't have an orb? I only realized this now. 1-0 doesn't have an Orb of Corruption. No wonder he's doing so little damage. Demon pops the invoke potion. There should be another kill onto the Fiend. Oh, the right click. Dude, the Keeper. These items for the Keeper have actually been amazing. Outstanding right click items. Takes out the next statue as well. Demon Hunter saved via the staff. He can heal up now from the Moonwells. And One-Two's army keeps getting decimated. Time and time again. Lich very close now to level 3, but Caho is not letting up. He's ready for the next attack. He's got a couple more entangles. Big mana potion. That is the item that perhaps can turn this around. If anything can, this is the one. But one more Fiend dies. And the Orb of Corruption is missing so bad. So bad. Is he going to use the mana pot now? Nope. Still holding on to it. There's 2 more Fiends that Kaho was able to snipe. Big kills every time. No more upgrades coming at the moment. Would love to see that as well. Second attack upgrade and later some armor upgrades. Kaho himself, though, is also running out of mana. When he doesn't have mana anymore, he can't fight either. It's a lot about mana management here once again. Dude, there's still no orb. There is still no orb. Are you kidding me? With the level 2 aura, 1-0 can kite quite well now. Alright, there we go. Mana potion finally used. He dropped the pendant. But the coil is too late. 1-0's reactions a little bit too slow, I gotta say. One more Fiend goes down, and I don't think it even cost a ferry this time. Okay, but now the Demon Hunter had to be TP'd out, staffed out, I mean. But he's coming back with the next staff. Kaho now TPing out, doesn't want to take this fight anymore, loses only one more ferry. It was a great trade. That was a great exchange for Kaho. He's got 60 supply. He's got more ferries coming. Needs to make sure that he's getting more upgrades, though. 1-0 is not really enough. There is still a way back into this game for 1-0. That's more and more Fiends, more creeping, higher level heroes, and also perhaps some upgrades for him. In fact, he's got 2-1 upgrades already. Didn't even see this until now. Dude, he still doesn't have an orb. He still doesn't have an orb. Fiend count at a decent number with 4. Not that many. Frost armor also a bit late. Earlier the coil was a bit late, now the frost armor was a bit late. This spell also a bit late. Everything is a little too delayed for 1-0. We have seen this better before by him, or also by Happy. Of course, easy for me here to criticize in that way from the commentator's chair. As the player in that position, it's a lot harder. Kiting perfectly against fairies is really, really difficult. You have to be super quick with your reactions. 1-0 again, playing from range. Trying to bait the opponent to overextend and then get a couple of free kills. Alright, he gets the ferry. 1-0 at 50 supply. Very efficient 50 supply army. Only one single ghoul on lumber. Second armor upgrade coming in as well. In fact, more ghouls now being added. Dude, there's still no orb. This is ridiculous. There's still no orb. He must have realized it by now. Certainly. Second attack upgrade now finished on the ferries. This is a big help. Also, armor upgrades would help.
A player's forces are under
there we go. Finally. Armor upgrade coming in. 1-0 gets the crystal ball. Level 4 Lich. Alright, are we gonna have a straight up fight now? No, 1-0 again gonna fall back. One Fiend goes down. The mana potion used, but immediately burned. And this looks like a good fight for Caho, if you ask me. And again, coil late, dispel late. That's next Fiend going down. When you retreat against the Keeper, you have to have very fast reactions. And 1-0 is just a bit off today. Dispel coming in now, but too late. And again, Caho's finding so many kills. Takes out the statue as well. Caho doing this nicely. It looked for a moment like 1-0 was going to come back, but I don't think so now. Just one kill after the next. He went for the late game boots, by the way, which is great on the Demon Hunter. That makes him so much stronger, so much more dangerous. And 1-0 still. So that's a decent army at 50 supply. Dude, will you please get the orb? Bro. He's not buying the... He's got 500 gold! Doesn't buy the orb! Dude, what is going on? Am I in Crazy Town right now?
A player's forces are
He sold a pendant as well, by the way. Like, what? Very weird. Very weird details here by 1-0. I think in the very early game he just wasn't quite clean enough. Having that happy level of execution is very hard to emulate. He didn't have it so far today. And when the fairies start to take over in the late game, it's very, very tough to deal with them. And I do believe they have taken over indeed.
a player's forces are
80 supply, mass fairy dragons. Would love to see tier 3 here for Kaho actually. For Orb of Venom. Maybe some more upgrades. And for Kaho, it's pretty easy to micro. Just one fiend after the next. Go for statues when they're in range. Go for destroyers when they're in range. And most important, protect the heroes. And this, of course, where the rune bracers help immensely on the Demon Hunter. Alright, but 1-0 has finally managed to pull the opponent all the way into his main base, where he's regening now very nicely on Blight. He gets level 5 on the DK. I've seen him before go for Aura, which I always thought was cool. But here it is, the level 3 Coil. And this might be a TP out from Kaho, trying to save most of the fairies. Yeah, you don't want to fight on Blight, you don't want to fight into the towers. This game is not over yet. Kaho has a big lead, of course, but it isn't quite won yet. I think he should have started an expansion here a while ago. Third base could have been finished by now. Kaho seems a bit stubborn with his expenditures. Not going tier 3, not starting a third base.
a player's forces are
I feel like he could have capitalized on his lead a bit more. But the execution still has looked great. But he just wants to keep fighting. Kind of admirable as well. And again, Entangle comes in. And the Dispel way too late. That was easily 3 seconds. He used the first Entangle, the first Dispel before. When you use the first Dispel, you know the Entangle is coming right after. Quite simply too slow, honestly. 1-0 is microing too slow in this late game. One more mana potion. The Demon Hunter just waiting for that to use the burn. Or to go for the Lich perhaps. Invo potion gonna be needed. Lich with that survives. Alright, 1-0 again managed to pull the fairies into the main base. Demon Hunter, low HP as well, but there is a staff with his name on it. Demon Hunter staff's back in. He bought a TP once more. There's still no orb. There is still no orb. I think you should have sold this belt a long time ago. The DK basically never gets focused. Can't believe it. I can't believe it. If you had an orb, that would be like 2 more damage upgrades. On Fiends. -4 armor. That's so big.
a player's forces are under attack.
But alright. 1-0. giving himself a handicap today. Not allowing himself to have an orb. He didn't buy an orb last series either. Wait, what did he play last series? Against Sock? Really? I didn't see those games. He didn't buy an orb there either? That's alright. I guess he's trying to make a statement. Like I said, normally in TeD Cup he's ultra successful. Last 7 times, he always made it to the grand final. Honestly, it's not over yet. If 1-0 gets to 70 supply fiends, he can win the battle of units. Alright, Tree of Life now, finally in the corner expo. Alright, that's a freebie. Kaho seemed to own this whole game. Is he really gonna lose it now? That would be painful. Mad's Web, of course, very effective. The Fiends against the Fairy Dragons. They are supposed to be the hard counter. One more coil comes in. The DK now out of mana. Has a mana potion still in his inventory. One Destroyer goes down. Now very limited dispel only available. One Fiend going down again. Mana Burn comes through. That was one coil, but one coil only. There's gonna be a lot of fairies falling, I believe. So many webs. Very hard to micro them properly, or rather to save them. Entangle comes through, but also dispelled. Once a Destroyer did survive. Dude, is 1-0 winning this? No way. No way he's winning this, right? This would be so unfair, I almost want to say. Without an orb! Okay, but now the Destroyers are gone. Now the Keeper is very strong again. Level 6 on the DK, the Demon Hunter. Far away from level up himself. Oh, the single Destroyer trying to get a couple of dispels, but he's always getting pressured. Speaking of pressure, the Demon also in trouble. But there must be a staff, certainly. There must be a staff, right? Okay, I was about to say. Staff used. Demon survives. What is there? Fighting a few more kills, so the statue is still here. The supply is even. Are you kidding me? The supply is even right now. The Lich level 6. That's 4 more intelligence for him as well. Oh. Didn't use the Nova there quite fast enough. Finally, the expansion is mining. This was certainly the biggest mistake by Caho. Not establishing that one earlier. I think he still has the lead, but it's kind of hard to tell. Ooh, the Destroyer. 1-0, of course, has to kite super hard here. There's still more entangles ready. A lot of Fiends going down. Keeper about to be level 6 as well. He doesn't seem to have Dark Ritual, does he? Alright, Keeper. He needs one more kill for level 6. And 1-0 is out of gold. Sells the belt. Never buying the orb. Dude. This game still got surprisingly close. Like I said, if the Undead ever gets to 70 supply Fiends, everything's still possible. If the Night Elf is only at 80 supply. The mana burns are always good. Another coil. Prevented. That's the last mana potion. It's one of the very last coils that we're going to see here. Demon Hunter really appreciating those rune bracers now. It's level 2 Frost Armor, by the way. Which I also think is not a bad choice. I mean, Dark Ritual is also good. Every spell in the Lich is so good. Honestly, I think he shouldn't have skilled ult. But most importantly, he should have bought a goddamn Orb of Corruption. Another expansion coming up here. Everything that 1-0 loses, he can't get back. As he doesn't have income anymore. And there we go, that's level 6, and that's Tranquility! And that is just wonderful to have right now. One to 0, kiting this whole game. Testing Kaho's patience, but Kaho's patience prevails. And Caho will take the 1-0 lead. Very good start so far today for the Night Elves. Good early game, solid follow-up. The mass fairy style there once again working well. 1-0's biggest problem was he didn't have good enough of an early game. He made too many mistakes. Then the DK couldn't level well enough. And then he took a fight without destroyers, got completely demolished in the middle of the map. And then he didn't buy an orb. He didn't buy a freaking orb, dude. Are you kidding me? Thank you, by the way, TripKey with a 22-month resub. Alright, 1-0 lead for Kaho. But 1-0, one of the best players in the world. Normally always does extremely well in the TeD Cup. He can certainly still bring it back. Why didn't he buy orb? I would love to know that. I would love to know that as well. Can you imagine the number, the numeric value of how much damage he lost because he didn't have orb? Must have been thousands of points of damage. Legit thousands. Very strange. Very, very strange. Sometimes life is strange, though. What can you do? Jesus Christ. Walker's bugging right now. Wait a minute. Don't start without me, guys, please. Okay. All right. Map number 2. Match point now for Caho. Could make it into the upper bracket. Would be quite the surprise if he beats 1-0 here with 2-0 no less. 1-0 went into today as the big, big favorite. The other 3 players, of course, also quite strong, but not considered normally to be on the same level as our Undead resident. But today might be a big upset. We'll see. 1-0 still certainly can turn it around. But the times have changed. The utter happy dominance, the utter 1-0 dominance against Night Elf has ended. Moon was the trailblazer. He was the first one to show how it's done against Happy, not once but twice. Also Happy beaten in the group stage. By 15 sway, right? If I remember that right. Let me check. Yeah. Happy was beaten by Focus and by 15 sway. Of course, had to play on pretty rough ping there, but still. It was a defeat. Keeper against DK Ghouls. Once again, it's going to be a standard opening.
player's forces are under attack.
Pretty big camp for the Keeper at the beginning. This can oftentimes make creeping the expansion a little bit tough with the Ancient of War so far away. Oh, he's not repairing right now. Uh-oh. There we go. Starts the repair now. I think they're doing him a bit of a favor, pulling away the Tuskar. Unless the Murlocs get involved. But, that's not really the case. Oh! He denied it? Oh, he denied the big creep! Oh my god. Huge mistake. Huge mistake by Kaho. That messes up his whole early game. Undead creeping the same camp. He's gonna get level 2 here. Found the big mana potion. Oh, yes. This is looking way better for the Undead already. Keeper does still get the level 2, but he's missing important experience points. And of course, he went for the script route to get more experience. He sacrificed quite a few resources for that with the Wisp repair. And also is gonna have his archers a bit later. Shows up. Is he gonna get that goal? Maybe. Oh, nice save. 1-0. Saves the ghoul and also sent the skellies away from the Wisp, which is kind of cool. And he saved the ghoul again. Really good saves by 1-0. In the end, the ghoul will finally go down, but it cost all the Keeper's mana. However, also the DK had to use a lot of his mana. Good thing, I guess, that he found the big mana potion. Acolyte looking for the Tree of Life. Didn't see it yet. It's built over here, very close to the main base. Just giving it one little headbutt, show him who's boss. That's right. And creeping continues. DK level 2.7 now. Probably wants to get a dust here from the shop. Dust and a circlet it is. Ready to hunt for some archers soon. And look at that Keeper. He would be quite a bit closer to 3 had he gotten the full experience. He's also taken all the camps away from a Demon Hunter second. This is the big difficulty, I think, the biggest difficulty for Night Elf on this map. It's very hard to creep up your second hero in this matchup. And in most matchups. Wait, no Demon Hunter? Ah, no it is. Okay. Here we go. Demon Hunter second. Expecting to see Lich second here in a moment by Mr. 120. It's gonna take a while to get over there with the expansion. Keeper finds the DK and it's gonna force him to stay home because the Keeper, of course, always has the threat of killing acolytes, killing ghouls. And right now, the Keeper wants to create space for his friends across the map.
A player's forces are under attack.
Angels of Wind delayed by a bit. The lumber was a bit low there. There we go. Now we got the double AOW. It feels like this Tree of Life is going to be very late at this point. Still not uprooted. There we go. Now it is. Demon in the meantime going to the lab, but very good scout by 120. I mean, it's very predictable by the demon creeps. It's either this camp or the natural, so, you know. Yeah. You can figure it out. And this game seems a lot slower for Caho. Slower expansion, slower creeping. Oh, but the Keeper makes it into the main. Oh, and he finds the Acolyte. The DK. Can he come back to save him? Oh, this is so important. The Keeper didn't right-click all the time. If he had just continued to right-click the Acolyte, maybe he could have gotten the kill. But quick reactions by 120 ensure that the Acolytes do survive. Solo experience here, of course, for the Demon Hunter. Oh, the Skelly! Oh, that would have been sick if he gets the last hit. And the Keeper creeping the natural because he knows he needs to hurry up with his expansion. So this experience isn't even going to the Demon Hunter. How is he going to get level 3? I don't think he will. I think this Demon Hunter is going to be stuck on level 2. Which is great news for 120. Well, I guess he's coming over now. Okay. Alright, actually he's getting lots of experience from this camp. Can summon the treants again. Alright, pretty nicely done by Caho. But all in all, the situation much worse compared to what it was like before on map 1. Oh, Parry Up is a great item for the Demon Hunter. Bonus HP is very valuable. Oh, look at that. The Keeper goes to the next camp. Pulls out the Overseer. Entangle. And that's another snipe. Oh, nice creeping. Not quite solo experience. I think the Keeper was sharing that. And all of a sudden, the Demon is very close to the level 3. Coil Nova hurts. He feels the Frostburn. And these are very important last hits. Glitch still not level 2. Demon Hunter has to heal up first. The Moonjuice is looking a bit rough. And here come the ghouls. Big attack on its way by 120. And I'm not sure if Kaho can hold this. In fact, I'd say it's looking almost impossible. Expansion only just started mining. The shop isn't even ready yet. We don't have a Hunter Soul. Oh no, we do have Hunter Soul, excuse me. We do. Entangle from the back, trying to pick off a Fiend. That would be a big kill. But the Destroyer is ready this time. Unlike on Tidehunters, where the Destroyer was ready way too late. 120 is having a much better game this time around. I think Kaho needs to buy time here. Needs more rounds of production, needs more ferries. At the moment, he has none. Ancient of War trying to buy that time, but the ghouls take it out quickly as well. Oh, finds a Fiend in the back. Oh! How much experience is this? Oh, he's missing 1 experience! Oh my god, he's missing 1 point of experience. For the level 3, that's ridiculous. The attack for 120 is still very scary. Frost armor on all the Fiends instantly. Oh, that's pretty cool. And the coil is there, ready to save the Fiend as well. The big mana potion is still available, and I think 120 has already won this fight. And if he wins the fight, he should win the game. More and more hippos are going down. The Keeper is no threat. The Destroyer always ready with the Dispel. And so many air units falling. We're going to map 3, ladies and gentlemen. He still doesn't have an orb, by the way. Oh, he skipped the orb again. The madman. Gonna try his best still. The Demon Hunter is fairly strong right now with the boots and the level 3. I don't believe it's strong enough. Only 44 supply. That is not sufficient. With this air style, of course, you need mass. Tons of ferries. 70 supply. Maybe even more. But that's not happening here. He's going Frost Armor level 2. Dude, 120 is innovating here. Frost Armor level 2. And no orb. You know, I can get behind the Frost Armor, kind of. It's kind of cool. But no orb. Dude, I mean, there's no way that can be the right choice. Orb of Corruption is just so much damage. Or maybe he is right. Maybe he is on to something. It seems weird, though. It seems like playing Orc without heal cells, you know? But it works this time. This time it is gonna be enough. Force down the Expo. GG. Alright. Tied up series. We're gonna have the decision on the next map. This one probably going to be more neutral. Northern Isles definitely in favor of the Undeads. Thank you, by the way, Pocket Factory with a 3-month resub. Sway is patiently waiting for his opponent. Was probably expecting this one to be 1-2-0, but Kaho, he's really had a tremendous rise recently. Kaho first was only known as a ladder player. He was grinding and grinding and grinding and improving very rapidly. At this point, I think he's above 2,500 MMR. And I think we are restarting the lobby again. Twisted lol with the 29 months, with the 3 months, I mean, says Poggers. Yes, sir. Thank you, thank you. The loser here will, of course, still have a chance. We got a lower bracket still. And the opponent waiting down in the lower bracket is Soen. Soen, who I think has looked pretty strong recently, but earlier against 15 Sway seemed a bit outmatched. We've seen that before. Soen's strongest matchup, definitely not the one against Night Elf. I think he's really, really strong against Undead. In fact, he has proven that a couple of times against Happy, where he was able to beat him. But he's not the only guy in the group who was able to beat Happy. 15 Sway did it very recently. Even 1-0 was able to do that in the past. Kaho, I don't think has ever beaten Happy in a series. But he has done it on ladder. And I guess that also counts for something. I know I certainly haven't been able to beat Happy on ladder before. And yeah, especially the first map. The first map was super clean. What a great game that was by Caho. But map 2 was a very different story. There, 1-0 seemed to be the old god once again. Of course, things started off there with the Ancient of War deny. Very painful. Very, very painful. Especially when it's a level 4 creep or more and it's denied. Yikes. That hurts. And Kaho could feel that pain. Last refuge now for our decider. I think this is a really good Undead map. We've seen that by Happy many times before. You creep this camp first, you go to the middle, you creep this camp second, and then with the ghouls and the aura, normally you can dominate the north pretty well if you micro the ghouls very well. Which means that the Night Elf has to be very careful expanding over here. We've seen some Night Elves try to expand on the spot, but that is pretty much suicidal. Kaho hasn't looked that greedy today. I don't think there's any reason to believe he's going to start to do so now. Keeper first. Against DK first. DK ghouls. No surprise yet. Ziggurat in front. I always like this. Against Night Elf specifically, upgrade the Narrow Tower. You make it very hard for the Keeper to get into the main base.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, apparently the new build for 1-0 is to skip Orb against Night Elf. Specifically against Night Elf. Which is so strange. It's so strange. Orb of Corruption is normally one of the most cost-efficient things in the game. But he skips it. Of course, it has other benefits. The gold that you save there means that you can especially go for more upgrades on the Fiends. That's certainly true. But still, I feel like the orb would be worth it. But 1-0 has discovered something new. We'll see if it works out in the long run. I think I actually really like the Frost Armor level 2, by the way. I think that's a great choice. Because you can't Nova much anyways. And the burn's always going to come through. It's hard to get the mana up to Frost Nova, 125 mana. But 40 mana for Frost Armor is pretty easy to reach. And Frost Armor level 1 to 2 is actually a big upgrade. So, that adjustment I do indeed like a lot. Tech's gonna be starting in a moment. 1-0 now has the resources, brings all the ghouls out on the map. As Kaho also starts his tier 2. I would expect expansion to be coming up here. He has been playing it rather safe.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, put with Scout. Comes in with a detonate, more experience for the Keeper. That also means he might perhaps have an opening into the main base. Oh, he's gonna ignore the Narrow Tower. 1-0 needs to react fast. He needs to pull the Acolytes quick. He may have to TP even to save the Acolytes. Oh, the Ghoul! Oh my god, sick. Super sick. The Ghoul blocks the way the Keeper might not be able to get to the Acolytes. Or maybe he will. Oh, this is a big moment. Does the Acolyte survive or not? Lots of damage from the Treants. Oh, no way. Oh! On 9 HP, are you kidding me? Keeper using all of his mana. I think he's gonna get 1 kill in the end. Alright. Costs him the TP. But it's probably worth it. Also some more lost mining time. Ghouls in the meanwhile keep on creeping, by the way. 1-0 is trying to go for the big place. Oh, he got the Acolyte. And that was a big mistake by 1-0. He could have easily saved this one. But maybe he was busy with the ghouls. Oh, and that's expensive. 2 Acolytes down in the tech. Yikes. That was also great by Caho, by the way. Getting blocked here with the ghoul, and then he realizes he can open up the trees over here with the treants. Really high level play by the two. Not bad, not bad. This throws 1-0 so far behind, though. Losing those 2 Acolytes. We're going to compare the gold mines later. And I can promise you, it's not going to be pretty. 1-0 is hoping that Kaho is being greedy, expanding on the spot, but that's not the case. Invis archers, protecting the Tree of Life. Of course, there's no way this one gets cancelled. Keeper not using the telestaff. Oh, and Kaho realized there's no detection. DK doesn't have a dust, so the archers are safe. Kaho looking really good. Finally, Acolytes being remade. Oof. I feel for him. I feel for 1-0. This is a painful start. Alright, how much gold we got? 9,700 against 9,000. Oh, Jesus. 700 gold lead plus 150 from having to remake the Acolytes. Yikes.
A town is under siege.
Normally, these games are impossible to win. Normally. A 1-2-0 is one hell of a player. He's gonna certainly give it his all. Oh, Team Hunter level 1, pretty squishy. Needs to respect the Coil Nova. At the moment we only have Coil, no Nova. That makes things easier. The Ledge is delayed by so long. And now he's missing a Ziggurat. He's missing a Ziggurat to make the Lich. Oh, Jesus. Don't tell me he misses the last hit. Okay. Coil secures it, gets the item. Scroll of the Beast, it's pretty trash. Sells it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Again, Kaho is playing this very careful. It looks like he has been creepjacked a bunch in the past. And he doesn't want to expose himself this time. Oh. Didn't get off the next burn. DK has one coil available. But so far, no archers have died. This is one hell of an early game for Kaho. This is as good as you could possibly hope for. Dude, the Lich is not coming. Ziggurat only done now. However, 1-0 did manage to slow down the Demon Hunter pretty well. Still only level 1. But this is going to be a big camp. And it's going to be solo experience for the Demon. Lich started now. Alright, normally this should be 99% win for Caho. Scourge Bone Chimes, that's pretty bad. But the rest has been rather marvelous. He's making another Ancient of War. Wait a minute. He's gonna have double Ancient of War defense here. Interesting. DK got very good experience. Getting a fast level 4, which is always valuable. The Lich items are amazing.
A player's forces are under attack.
Doesn't bite the orb, because orbs are for suckers. Even picks up the red camp. Claws plus 12. Not bad for the Demon Hunter at all, especially if he picks up boots later. And he gets the important level 3. Double Ancient of War, huh? And here we go, Mass Ferry's coming. Hunter's Hall should be added soon as well to get more upgrades. Dude, this Lich is a powerhouse. But he's gonna skip the orb again, isn't he? 1-0. You know, sometimes he's got this feeling. He's got this feeling that he knows better than the rest what's good. Bit of a wonky position for Kaho. He also doesn't have mana on the Keeper. Yeah, I think a TP out is the right call here. He doesn't sell the Wand of Mana Stealing, which is kind of weird. I feel like the gold would be worth it more. Clarity, Moonstone. Going for the heal pot as well. That's good. Starting this camp is pretty risky. It's very likely he's going to be attacked at the expansion. However, the Ancients of War could buy a lot of time. Wizard has to take out the Ancients of War first, otherwise he's going to take too much damage from them. Ankh found. Not bad at all. This Ankh could protect him in a crucial moment. More mana. A lot of mana on this Keeper indeed. And the Demon Hunter got close to level 4. Now Kaho is returning to the expansion, ready to defend. He's going to be able to uproot the Ancient of War if he wants. One web. And we got Frost Armor absolutely everywhere. But not level 2 Frost Armor this time. One Hippo Rider taken out. Will be replaced by Fairy Dragons soon. DK's mana very low already. And he doesn't have the big mana potion this time. This is looking like a much better position for Kaho to hold on. But also 1-0 has a pretty big army here. Missing statues, however.
A player's forces are under attack.
Demon Hunter level 4. Very tanky now. Good movement on the DK. 1-0 for the most part. Was doing a good job. Minimizing the effect of mana burn. And this time he's faster with the reactions. Did you see that? Dispel speed there on the Devour from the Destroyer. Much, much faster. But still, the Fiend did go down. And again, Dispel comes through. Just a little bit too much damage. These damage items from the Demon Hunter working out very nicely indeed. Oh, Lich in trouble. There we go. Dispel is there. But where are the statues? Where are the statues? Now comes the next one. This was the big mistake this time on map 3. Well, there were a couple, I guess. Losing the Acolytes also very painful. But you need to have statues in that fight. This is unforgivable. You can't have a long engagement without a statue. The healing was severely missing. This other fiend going down, and perhaps the next the demon is chasing. It's kind of low HP as well. I would love to see boots here again for Kaho. He's got lots of gold. Hunter's Hall finished by now. Probably gonna get some more items. Demon Hunter staffs back to the main base. It is now again nighttime. Moon juice is regenerating. Double boots. Was that a double tap on accident, or was that intentional? I mean, it's not bad for the keeper, and it's amazing for the demon.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, double boots, boys. Here we go. Stay fashionable. Shows you what kind of a weird series this has been. Kaho buys 2 pairs of boots, and 1-0 doesn't buy a single Orb of Corruption. Very strange. Keeper is the Nova, but it's only level 1 Nova. It's really not that scary. DK is level 5. Whoa, that was fast. But now here comes the burn again. And now we got the mass fairies going after the fiends, one after the next. The entire comes through. That's another kill. He has 4 hoofs. He needs 2 boots. True. Very good point. Chat is asking, is it intentional for 1-0 to not go for Orb? Yeah. He feels like his resources are spent better elsewhere. With more upgrades and more fiends and more statues and stuff. I'm really not sure if this really is better. But that is his view currently. You might call it a hot take. I love these boots on the Demon Hunter. Makes him so much stronger in the late game. Able to chase better, able to get in position for the burn better. And good target fire by Kaho. Finding more and more kills. Heal potion given over. Demon Hunter now healthy again. Easy kill on the statue, the keeper. Gonna have another entangle in just a second. Ankh also given over. Demon Hunter has an extra life now. And taking out the statue especially is super valuable. Could use the staff? Oh, he doesn't have a staff. Oh. It's kind of surprising. No staff on Kaho, so he gives up the Ankh. I think he has to TP out here. Yeah, there it is. When you approach the Undead main base and you're staring at Blight, that's where you don't want to fight anymore. But until then, he had traded very well. But now he's gonna need a staff, he's gonna need an Invo Potion. Because the heal pots and Ankhs are gone. And the army isn't that big yet. But the upgrades are starting to get there. Fairies on 2-0, about to be 2-1.
A player's forces are under attack.
Telestaff given to the Demon Hunter, I like that. Oh, the Moonjo is looking rough, by the way. I think he needed more Moonstones. Recovery is gonna be tough for Kaho. Maybe this is not over yet for 1-0. He's got pretty strong heroes. Oh, but the statue is caught right away. The statue positioning, I think, hasn't been perfect in the Lich. What about him? Oh, I hardly even saw it. Below all those fairy dragons. Getting sniped down. Didn't have an Invo Potion. That is more kills going to the Night Elf and without the Lich. You know, normally we would say the orb is missing, but... well, there was no orb to begin with. But the Frost Armor is certainly missing, and so are the right clicks. And Kaho is going to win this one as well. What a glorious day for the Night Elves. 1-0, bested by Kaho. The matchup has flipped, ladies and gents. The Undeads were devastating the Night Elves for a long time. Happy in 1-0 specifically. But things have changed. The Night Elves are striking back. And we're going to have the 2 Night Elf winners in the upper bracket final. For that though, it's probably gonna be Nightel versus Human. Normally 15 Sway switches to Human in that matchup. Normally. We'll see if that's gonna be the case in a little bit. We go into a small break and then we'll be right back with the upper bracket final, the decider for first place in Group A.